Hi everyone, it's Marcie Besecker with Stampin' Up, and I'm an independent demonstrator. I am back with part 2. I am so sorry. We had a weird power surge thing happen. I don't know what happened. So if somebody could go post on the other video, and there's a couple people asking, will there be another video? I tried to post on there, but it might be below. So I'm so sorry. I'm getting quicker at this though. It's a little sneaky. So we're in the middle of a video. Thank you, Olivia. Yeah, that was really weird. I don't know. It might be our weather because it's really warm but tomorrow, or like in a couple days, it's supposed to be stormy again. I don't know. All right. Thank you so much for coming back. I'm just going to wait just a couple minutes while people come over. And so I'll just clean up my dimensional mess. Yeah, that was weird. Everything just kind of went woof. And I know we have plenty of power in this room, so that is not it. They fixed that. Yay, Becky, you found it. Okay, everybody. Hi, Darlene. Welcome. Hi, Mary. And Mary, 2 Marys. Welcome. Hi, Crystal. Okay, Terry, I just got booted, so it was really, we had like a weird power surge. And then it's weird because everything's like, oh, update, because it restarted my computer. Anyway. All right, so where were we? We were putting this card together. So this is the card we're creating. We're using some different colors this time. So we were just doing some placement and putting some dimensionals and putting our card together. So hopefully we don't have any more power surges, or I'll have to go to part 3. That's kind of the crazy thing. You can't pick up where you were, even if you just have a couple minutes. All right, I'm going to kind of pull those over. I want to see the green right there. So I'm just going to kind of pull it out a little bit. And we'll worry about the little sprinkles later. Let's just keep going here. We're going to add our dimensionals on this. Yay, Michelle. Thanks. I'm glad you found me. Good, Gloria. Yeah, that was just kind of crazy. Power surge or something. I don't know. I'm just glad we're back. Okay, so now we're going to put that one over in a little bit. So I'm going to set that one aside. Now let's bring in our green and our flowers. Remember our little flowers that we cut out? So let's put those up here and we'll get those. And now what I like to do is just kind of figure out my leaves. Now this is the smallest leaf. This one doesn't have a die. I had to cut it, but I'm going to just stick it right there, kind of like it's coming off of this flower. But I think I liked it this way better. I think I did this. Yeah, because I wanted to come off that little one. So let's put that. So we're going to get the little dimensional. I'm going to keep looking up, make sure I'm not... Thank you, Gloria. I appreciate it. Yay, Jennifer. That was a blast. No, I'm tired of weird issues. All right, I have a brand new computer, so we know it's not that. All right, so I'm just going to stick that in there and kind of, you want to make sure you move this a little bit. You don't want your adhesive to just be sticking to that, so make sure it's getting a little piece of your cardstock, right? Okay, so I'm going to bring in my little piece of glue here, my little glue bottle. And we're going to start putting those in a minute, but let's continue with this. And where did my flower, oh, my leaves, here we go. So we have our leaves here. I'm going to add just one large dimensional because we're going to be kind of tucking that under. So make sure it's kind of towards the top a little bit. The bottom part you're not too concerned about because you're going to be, I'm going to fan that out and I'm going to be putting that under here. But I kind of want, okay, so I want this pink one to go under the yellow, okay? Because now I want to take this and kind of really get it under there. So fan out that pink a little bit and there, so that's good. So just kind of, you know, figure out where you're going to go. You are going to have dimensionals under here. So don't forget, you can always cut your leaf off to get it to go exactly where you want. Remember that you're going to have this underneath it. And I could stick this now, and I probably will in a minute, but I like to just try to, and you don't need a whole lot because you're tucking it, right? So I'm going to kind of put that right there, and as long as your dimensional is at least partially on your paper, you're good. That's not going to go anywhere. Okay, we're going to put this one with that over there, and then this one I want down here. So, you know, you're just going to keep kind of filling it in, putting it where you want. I think I will put a large one down here. So glad you guys returned. Thank you. All right, so we're just going to tuck this right here. And I'm going to turn it a little bit. Okay, so now it's really going up against the dimensional that's underneath. So I'm just going to cut that off so I can get it to go where I want it. And it's still... I'm going to cut that off a little more as long as you have your dimensional on there. And now I'm better with that right there. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to just take this and just kind of put it in the background. And so I'm not going to use dimensionals. I'm going to glue these down. And really all you're doing is just adding a little bit of color. You're filling up a little bit of white space. So I'm going to lift my pretty little decorations here, and I'm just going to put it right about there. You can tuck it in. It's really just for looks. Again, I got a little too much adhesive, so I'm going to, this is my favorite way to do it. I just take my tool and just kind of run it, and it picks it right up. Okay, so we did that. So that's fine. And now we're going to do our sentiment over here. So I'm going to wait to add that little one, but let's add this little guy. And I want to see the big leaf, and I want to see the flower. So that has a lot over here. So I'm just going to tuck it in right about there. It's just filling in some space again. So you don't really have to worry about that. All right, so now we're going to take our, let's stop this for right now, and let's get our sentiment on here. That way we can get a little better idea where we're at. Okay, so we have, this is the inside of our card. And here is my yellow. All right, so the sentiments in this set, I think I'm going to do a happy birthday. I kind of want just something long and thin. And I want to do happy birthday because I have one that says friend, but I'm always needing birthday, right? That's congratulations. Well, and that, you know what? Let's do congratulations. I could use a congratulations card. I'm going to be a grandma again. I don't know if I told you guys. It's kind of just came up. Our youngest is going to be a mommy, and they live in Montana. So I'm going to be traveling to Montana a little bit. All right. So we're going to ink this up, and I like to start out with a nice straight edge because I'm going to stamp as close to the bottom part as I can. So let's ink this. And I'm going to go kind of in the middle. Hopefully my head's not in the way. And I'm just going to stamp right there. I like to hold it for a minute, and then I lift it up, just to make sure it grabs the ink and everything really well. All right, now I'm just going to take my trimmer, and I'm going to go a little bit off the bottom, and I'm just going to go, I like to turn it because I can see where the blade's going to go, and I can see where my words are. And I can also see over here to make it nice and even. And I'm going to go right about There. Okay, and it might be thinner than the other one, and that's okay. It's just because it's a smaller banner. And now what I'm going to do is bring in my lovely label. Thank you. Nothing like being a grandma. I love it. Okay, so now I like the more decorative one. So on the right, because we're doing flowers. If I was doing a masculine, I would use the other one. And it doesn't matter if this is flimsy or if it goes in just perfectly. This one, will be fine if I go straight. It's a little bit smaller. But what I prefer to do is turn it over. And we're going to go over to this one. And I just align it the best I can. And I'm actually going to pull it. This one, I'm going to let it go all the way in because I can see that it's not that much and I have that much space. This one, because of the tail on here, I pulled it out. So I'll show you. I did it like this. I put it in and then I pulled it all the way as close to the edge as I could and cut it because I knew I didn't have a whole lot of wiggle room. But this one, I believe I have more wiggle room. So I'm just going to put it all the way to the top because I want the word to go to the right anyway. And now I'm going to kind of move my piece of paper over and get that aligned as close to the center as I can. Okay, so now it's as close to the center as I can. And now I'll cut it. Okay, so there we go. So see, I had plenty of space over here. All right. So now, I'm going to move that aside. Now this one, it's going to be a little different because it's a very long word. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back again and I'm going to go in here again because I have a lot of room still. And I'm just going to align it up the best I can and cut. And now I'm closer, but I could even go a little farther. And I could have cut it first, but I never know on this thing if I'm going too close or too far. Okay, so now I'm good with that. But you see how I just kept doing it until I get it the length I want it, because this I'm going to cut and we're going to probably tuck under somewhere, or we're going to make a banner. I don't know what we'll do yet, but I think we're going to cut it and tuck it underneath. So let's just do that. And now let's take this and put our dimensions on it and put our card together so that we can kind of see what our spacing is around. So we're going to take this one and let's adhere it. Yeah, so I've not been to Montana. She just moved there. Well, he lived there, but now she lives there. So they're in Montana, but I have not been to Montana. I hear it's beautiful, so that'll be nice. All right, so I think this one is looking, because it doesn't have that color on the front, it's looking a little too Mango Melody or something. So I'm going to try and see if I have another one. And I don't. I have a large one and I don't want to use that. Remember, you guys, I told you what I'm doing with this, so you want to make sure you don't toss those out. Well, that might be my only choice because I haven't cut the rest of the paper and I'm okay with that. Let's just go with it. All right, but I threw my leaf back in. Silly, silly, silly. All right, now these you don't want to pop up. You want to just glue down. So you want to glue them down because they're inside. So what I did is I'm just going to glue and I'm going to add a little leaf like that. And we're just going to glue those right down. So I'm going to do the leaf first. Thank you to those that came back and found me after my power surge. I appreciate it very much. All right, we're going to put that there. And remember, this is just paper. It kind of looks like you can peel that off. But, oh, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, I think this one, Did I put paper on this? You guys do not laugh at me, but I did not put paper on this one. I put the adhesive on, and I don't think did I? Now that I'm, oh my goodness. I did this when I prepped for you guys. Look at, how silly is that? Well, oh goodness. Well, we're just going to leave that one on there because this will hold it down. Wow. Okay, let's just put that there. So this will go on the inside. That is funny. I was just thinking, man, these don't look like they're, that's what I get. So don't do that. All right, here we go. Did your power go off and on too, Olivia? Is that what you're saying? Oh, you keep autofocusing. Oh, when I restarted this, I bet you it redid itself. So let me look. Yep. Thank you for telling me. It's a setting that I have to do. I'm going to set it on this camera too. So this is one of the things I have to do every day when I start my program to do my videos. And so when the power went out, okay, so it should be much better now, you guys. I'm sorry. If you guys tried to tell me that earlier, I am so sorry. Yeah, it's a weird thing. I have to redo that every time I log on. And so when the power went out, I was trying to hurry up and get back on and I didn't do it. I'm so sorry. All right. So there's that. Now, that is crooked. So quickly fix it. There we go. All right, that is better. All right, now let's put this on. But you guys see what I mean about my, I thought they felt thinner. Huh. That's funny. Okay, well, they're going to be fine. They will be fine. All right. But see what I mean? How much thinner they are and then how much thicker these are? These are much thicker because I added the DSP and the ones I just did, I added the card base. So if you watch the first video, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Okay, so now let's add that on. Well, this is just the craziest day. Okay, and I kind of added on there too, even though you glued it. You put your adhesive on there. And then what I ended up doing, because whenever you pile something on top, I'm going to put some adhesive right in the middle of your spaces, just for extra. You don't have to, but because we're piling stuff on, I'm going to. I'm also going to put these right here just to hold, number one, the ribbon. It's not going to go anywhere, but this little loose piece at the bottom is kind of flimsy, so I'm going to hold that. So I never put this much adhesive on, but I want to make sure that the weight on the top doesn't kind of cave it in. And also, you want to make sure it's nice and secure. All right, so let's put this on here. I'm laughing now because I didn't put the, these are my good scissors, so I'm going to bring those out for my ribbon when we fix that. Okay, we're not done. Let's get our sentiment first. And we're going to tuck this in somehow, some way. So we could, this is a much longer sentiment, I have to say. I really didn't take that into consideration. It is longer, but it's a bit longer. I don't like that. Okay, so I'm not going to use that for this design. So we're going to use it. We're going to go back to Old Faithful because that was just too long. Happy Birthday is probably better. No, that's long too. So I'm just going to use Friend again. Now, had I had I known I was going to do congratulations in the beginning, I would have done it. I would have adjusted my flowers some, but I didn't. That was kind of an afterthought. So let's go with our friend. And we're just going to go with this one. I know, Stephanie. My whole day has been like that. That's what I get for trying to be good and move and get all my stuff organized. And I didn't craft today. I was trying to be so good and get work done. And I should have been in here crafting. All right, so I want it towards the end, so I'm just going to start it right about there so that I can use my punch there at the end. All right, so let's bring in our trimmer. And I'm just going to bring it in a little, not too close to the F, but I want it a little closer. Hi, Julie, how are you? And then I'm going to, I don't want the F at the top cut off. So I'm just going to go right about there. All right, so that's good. I'm good with that. Here we go again. All right. And I don't see any black, right? So I think this is fine. If it's closer to the right, I'm good with that. I just like to make sure it's kind of even. And there we go. I'm fine with that. Yay. Now you can see that Fran is going to fit pretty good. This may need to move just slightly. So I'm just going to curl it down a little bit. That's what's fun about being able to do this. You can kind of just figure it out. And we're going to bring this under the flowers, so right about there. But we can also bring it down farther because we've got a lot of white space right there, but we can fix that. All right, so I'm going to pull, let's get our dimensionals on here first because we want this popped up. This is a sentiment doesn't fit. Find another one. Okay, I want my little wispies on top. It doesn't have to be all the way on top, but I want them on top. And then we're going to tuck that in right about there. Okay, so there we go. We still have this one here. We're going to find a space and we're going to put it over here so we won't worry about that white space. And I bet you my cutter just picked up my flower and took it with it. Let's see. No. There it is. So we're going to put our flower right here. So I'm tucking the stem under, but I still want to see it. So we're going to put that there. We're going to take our leaves. We're going to put a couple of dimensionals now because this one's going to stick out, but just not a whole lot. I am fantastic, Julie, other than I had a little weird power surge today, but I'm good. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, now let's go ahead and glue these down. Okay. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We are going to just take, remember the adhesive? Silly me. So if you saw at the beginning of part 1, I showed you that I prefer to put the adhesive on the back of these and then put cardstock on them to make them thicker, which is what these are. Then I pre-did these for you guys so that, you know, we didn't have to be here forever doing this. And kind of pre-did a little bit of stuff. And what did I do? I forgot to add the paper, but that's okay. It's going to be just fine. All right, so there we go. Now we can just kind of put our little pink stuff where you want, so you can see it's still on there. But we are not done. We need our bow. So at this point, I just kind of, you know, trim, oh, get your good scissors out, and just kind of trim off a little here and there. Like I wanted this to be a little bit different lengths, not all long. And so just kind of, you know, make some shorter, some longer, whatever you want. I like to just kind of change it up to make it look a little more natural. And then you can kind of, you know, do what you want with them. All right, let's do our bow. We got to remember to do that. So I'm going to do a 3-loop bow because this is very thin ribbon and it makes a beautiful bow. You don't have to worry about it fitting in the card or in the envelope or anything. So I'm going to do a 3 bow, 2, 3. I like to pull that up and then do that so I know how long. Oh, Gloria, thanks. Oh, Nyoka, I think you're going to love it. I have to say, this one popped out at me when I was looking at the catalog for the first time, and it just popped right out. And I was like, oh, so pretty. All right. And then we're just going to, again, if you guys haven't seen my bow video, it's a great video. Teach you how to do my bows. We've got these little tiny gnats, and apparently the whole town has them. But I talked to my upline, she's in Texas, and she said she also has them. So there's little tiny, must be the season. But I've got one of those Dymo things in my backyard, but apparently these guys are immune to that. All right, so I'm just going to open my bow a little bit, get a glue dot. All right, now be careful pulling this bow because your stuff will just pull really easily. So I'm going to put this right on this flower right about here. This is just really filling the space up back there. I'm going to cut this off right about here and this one off right about there. But now I'm going to do the same thing, and be careful because you've got your card underneath you. And you could add something like, so you could take just something like this and just put it underneath, and you know, you can do it a little more harsh when you're like that. And then take this one, kind of, ouch, kind of ties it in. Don't poke your finger. That's what I get for trying to hurry. All right, so that loop, see how easy that came when I pulled on it? So just be careful. All right, so there we go. Now we need to add our gems, the fun part. Oh, we got to do our Wink of Stella. So let's do that. Let's do our gems first. So we're going to bring these in. Let's see. Making sure I'm not missing any greenery here. But I also want this leaf to come up. There we go. All right, so I'm thinking pink. What do you guys think? I think the pink is pretty. I think the yellow is just too yellowy for this card. But I like the pink. So we're going to put a pink one there, and that's a medium. I like to mix up the sizes a lot. And I know, right? Look at that. No blood on this card. Okay, and then I like to do a medium and then a couple of smalls just because I like to, well, I'm learning during bingo and such that I want my, okay, I don't like that pink one there. I don't know if I like the pink ones. Do you guys like the pink ones on this? Or is that too much? Because I could definitely put iridescent or something like that on there too. But I don't like it up there, so let's put it right here. There, I like that better. All right, now we need our Wink of Stella. Yeah, it's, you know what? It's not so bad because now I can go to this and pull these out and be like, oh, okay, now what I will do is take this off and put it on paper because silly me. Okay, now I take this. It just makes it a little neater, and I just make sure I can do this. Now, one of the things that I recommend is take your bone folder, and you want to do it upward a little bit because it tends to go down. So I like to just squeeze a little out. And by doing it up here, see, you're getting it up here. If I do it like this, it's going to all be down here. So I like to do it up here. I don't squeeze at all other than what's on here. And now you can see that it's got some Wink of Stella on there, but it's really little drops. So it's really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see. There you go. So it's really, you know, if you're one of those days, like I tell you guys, if you guys are doing a card and you're not quite sure what you want to do and you're just not feeling crafty that day, then what you want to do is get that paper out and do what we did at the beginning of the first video, and now just start die cutting all your pieces out. And then that way you're ready to go for this card when you're ready to play with it. And so now, for example, in here, I have all of my blues. So all of these are ready that I did with this card, and they're all ready to go and create with. And so I will put my pink ones in there when I'm done with them, and those will be ready to go. And so which one do you guys like better? The purple and the blues, or the pinks and the yellows? So see, they're both a little bit different, but they're both really close to the same thing. They are just so pretty. Well, you guys know my blood, sweat, and tears I had in this one, right? Oh, goodness. I can't believe we're doing a video 2 again. Yeah, I like them both too. It's really hard. I think it depends on who I was sending these to, what I would do. See, like this one I think needs to be trimmed a little because it needs a haircut a little bit. I don't think I cut this one enough. See, that's better. There we go. There, see? Now it's better. So much fun, right? You guys are awesome for hanging out with me on a video 2, since the first one, Power Surge, was not fun. So I'm going to have to ask about that, see what happened and how I can, if there was anything I could do about it. I don't think I could. We have brand new electrical, brand new equipment in here, new computer. So all those issues should be over with. So if you guys don't have a demonstrator and you would like to have one, I would really like to help you out. So you can just message me or go to my blog. There's a place that says contact me on there, and I would appreciate that. Thanks, you guys. Also, just a reminder, I have bingo coming up. We have so much fun. The prizes are $100 after every project. We have some great projects coming up. We are going to be a little sneak peek again. I did it at the beginning, but we're going to be, let me show you right here. It'll be easier. One of the projects is creating this cute box, and the other project is going to be the 4 cards inside. And they're very detailed. They're like regular cards, but they're going to be note cards. You're going to get the envelopes and everything with these. And then we're going to do 2 other cards. So those are going to be the projects that we're doing. And I'm not going to show you the other 2 cards, but one is a layered, kind of a different, the paper's kind of cut up and kind of a layered, a lot of DSP, and it's really pretty. And then the other one is, I had this paper I've been dying to use, and it's so pretty. And so it's a DSP, and stamping. So it's easy stamping. It's a lot of fun. If you go over to my blog, it's going to show you under shop, go to Bingo, and you can look there for the supply list. Now, that being said, you can use a lot of different things. So whatever flowers I used, you can use something different. Whatever sentiment I used, you could use something different. Same with DSP, all that good stuff. You're going to get the DSP, you're going to get all the package to create your cards. And but for stamp wise, you can change it up to use other items. So don't worry about that. One of these is a solid kind of DSP, so you can really put anything on it you want. And the other one is a sentiment is the only thing you're going to be stamping. So that'll be fun. Also, I'm going to have a paper share. I would love for you to join me. You're going to get a little bit of every paper, all of the new DSPs and the specialty papers. Now, that being said, of course, as always, depending on what is not available, if there's any issues with anything coming in, then you may not have something available. But when it does come in, I will get it to you. So you will still get everything as long as we get everything. But it shouldn't be an issue. I haven't heard of any issues right now. And I'm looking and I don't see anything. This is a cute little thing I got. And I was supposed to use that on my reveal video for my new products and I forgot. So you guys get it. Yay. All right. So if you don't have any other questions, if you need a catalog, please go to my blog and go to contact me and it'll say request a catalog. I'll get one out to you. And that is if you don't have a demonstrator and are already getting one. If you are a customer of mine, Stampin' Up! Will be mailing them to you directly. Thanks, guys. So I am going to go talk to my husband about this electrical thing and see what happened and see if we can, if there's anything I need to do. But thanks again, you guys, for joining me for part 2. Please, a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys on Saturday, and I think at noon, but just make sure you're subscribed and you'll get a notification, and I will schedule it. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.